It is indeed a triple celebration for the newly elected National Vice Chairman South of the People's Democratic Party, a man who piloted the affairs of the PDP in Edo State for over 10 years and of course led the campaign that led to the re-election of Governor Obaseki. Chief Dan Obi is the reason why people are gathered here after the compound of the former Board of Trustees Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, late Chief Tony Aneni. With me is the member representing Oredo Federal Constituency, Dr. Omorege Ogbediama, a proud political associate of the celebrant of this day. Doctor, tell us, what does this day mean for you and the People's Democratic Party family?
Well, it's a happy day for me and it's a happy day for PDP. God should give him the wisdom to continue to pilot the affairs of our party PDP.
Edo State Governor Mr. Obaseki, his deputy Kamre Shaibu, Speaker Edo State House of Assembly Marcus Honorable, Secretary to Edo State Government Barrister Osao Dionge, former and current members of the National Assembly and others came out to celebrate Chief Dan Obi for attaining a new political status. Chief Dan Obi said although the day was for merrymaking, he will use the opportunity to call on the federal government to immediately constitute the board of the Niger Delta Development Commission to represent the interests of the South-South zone of the country. He asked Governor Obaseki to put personal relationship aside and probe all responsible for the alleged failed Benin City stormwater projects and use the recovered loot for the development of the state.
We stand to demand that all allocations due to the NDDC should be suspended and put in an escrow account until the government is able to put together a budget. What you must do at this point is that Edo people interest must prevail above your personal relationship. This government must do all that is possible to recover the loot of the failed Benin water storm project.
Mr. Obaseki said without victimizing anybody, he will not only probe how funds gotten from the World Bank for the purpose of developing Edo State were expended, he will also be accountable to the people of the state.
I don't like probing. I like to move forward. But it has become very difficult. Because when I look at some of the contracts I have awarded in 2020, look at the cost of those contracts, and I compare it with what was done 10 years earlier, people have questions to answer. I know people must know, must be told how we awarded a $200 million contract 10 years ago, and we have paid every month for that contract, and it's still not finished. I know people must be told how a project that was supposed to remove the flood Edo, the flood Benin City, created more flood.
The Deputy Governor of Edo State, Kamre Shaibu, echoed the state governor's position that the National Vice Chairman South of the PDP, Chief Dan Obi, must ensure that the zone produce the next presidential candidate.
Our chairman, what is right is that South must produce the next president.
Some guests, including the host, Tony Aneni Jr., described Chief Dan Obi as an illustrious son and a courageous political juggernaut.
Chief Oscar Obi, we say congratulations on your election.
He has worked hard for this party, and such a good material is better used at the center.
Chief Dan Obi, that is like a square peg in a square hole.
A dogged, a rugged, a fearless, bold and courageous man.
We know he will do the needful. God bless Chief Dan Obi.
Best Mbiere reporting.